Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ramon. First time I stopping by, you are welcome, and first subscriber, thank you guys for coming back to watch my videos. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to sew this gown with side gathers and elastic sleeves. In my previous video, I will show you guys how I drafted the pattern. If you haven't watched the video on how I drafted the pattern, so I'm going to leave the link down in my description box. Don't forget to check it out. So guys, without wasting much of our time, let's right into the tutorial. So this is the pattern that we are working with, and this is the front pattern, and also this is the back pattern, which I'm going to show you guys how I cut it on the fabric. So I already folded my fabric into two before I place my pattern on top of it. So I'm going to add half inches to all the remaining places that I have not had the stitches allowance to. For the length, I extended the length by 2 inches because the pattern is not up to the length of the dress. So I extended it out by 2 inches by adding it on the fabric. For the center front, I'm cutting out the 2 pieces because the center front is going to have a joining, which I had half inches for the stitches allowance. For the side gathers, I went ahead, I folded my fabric into 4. So everything I have on the fabric is 3 yards. So I folded it into 4 because I'm cutting the both sides of the gathers at once. So I'm going to place my side gathers pattern on top of it. So the one that I label my side front is going to be on the furthest part of the fabric because there will not be joining on the side line. That the rest is going to follow. From the end of the pattern, I extended the length by 2 inches because the pattern is not enough for the length of the gown that I wanted. So, and I make sure that I have a straight line at the end of the paper. Just make sure that maybe you just roll out a straight line before you start placing your pattern. That would be the guideline for you to get a straight aim line. After that, I'm going to go up at the edge of the paper and then use the chalk to connect the pattern together on the fabric by adding half inches for the stitches allowance. After I'm done with that, I will start cutting it out. So guys, that is it for the side gather. So I'm going to put it aside and also cut out the front cape. So I'm going to fold the fabric into 4 because I'm using the same fabric as the lining. After that, I will place my front cape pattern on top of the fabric. So the down part is going to be a fold, while the upper part is going to have a joining, and also the center front is also going to have a joining. So I'm going to cut it out by adding half inches on the center front, the upper part, and also on the arm of cut before I start cutting out the pattern. So after I'm just cutting it out, this is what it's going to look like. So guys, we have done transferring our pattern to a fabric, and this is the back pattern, the side gathers, and also the front pieces. So guys, I also went ahead, I cut the lining for all the pieces that we have cut. So I'm going to put everything aside and work with our front pieces first. So I will start by removing the pattern on top of the fabric and use the chalk to mark the wrong side of the fabric before I separate the lining from the fabric. So after I'm done separating the lining from the fabric, I will start by pinning the side front to the center front. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side and also do the same thing to the lining. So after I'm done pinning it, I'm going to take the machine to go and stitch it together. So after I'm done stitching it together, I went ahead, I ironed my seam allowance open. I also notched the underbust line. I also did the same thing to the lining. After I'm done with that, I'm going to put it aside and work with my back pattern. I'm going to remove the pattern on top of the fabric and start pinning the side front and the side back together. After I'm not pinning it together, I will start marking my 1.5 inches that I added for my stitches allowance. After I've done marking it on the fabric, I also do the same thing to the lining. So guys, for the side gathers, I also went ahead and cut a lining for it. So the lining is not as wide as the fabric, and also the length is a little bit shorter, about 8 inches, which doesn't make any difference because the lining and the fabric is going to be separate inside, except the neckline and the zipper side, which I'm going to use it to turn it inside. So I went ahead, I cut 2 of it, which is going to work for both sides of the gather. So I will start by removing the pattern on top of the fabric, and then took it to the machine to go and run a double loose stitches at the edge of the fabric. So guys, my loose stitches is going to start at where you see me pointing at. I also do the same thing to the other side. So guys, after I'm done running double loose stitches at the edge of the fabric, I will start by pulling the thread. So when you are pulling the thread, you have to be careful so that the thread will not cut, because if the thread cuts, it means that you have to start afresh. What I mean by that is you have to lose the thread I've already run, which is the loose stitches. You have to like lose it and then run another one. So guys, I will start pulling the thread until I get desired width of what I wanted. So guys, after I'm done pulling the first side of the gathers, I also do the same thing to the other side, and this is what it's looking like. I also went ahead, I did the same thing to the lining. After I'm done with that, I'm going to put it aside, and this is the front bodies and then the back bodies that we join together on the side line. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do now is to join the side gathers to it. I will start by pinning it by make sure that the right side of the bodies and right side of the gathers is facing each other. And I will start pinning it from the hem of the dress. So guys, after I'm done pinning it, I'm going to take it to the machine to go and stitch it together. I also went ahead, I did the same thing to the second side and also to the lining. So guys, after I'm done stitching it together, this is what it's looking like, and also this is what the inside is looking like, and also this is what the second side is also look like, and also with the lining. As you can see that the lining is not as full as the fabric because the weight is a little bit shorter than the fabric. After that, what next now is to join the center front together by placing it on top of each other, and make sure that the right side of the lining is facing each other before I start pinning it. So after I'm done pinning it, I'm going to use ½ inches I will add for the stitches allowance to stitches together. So after I'm done with lining, I also do the same thing to the fabric. After I'm done joining it together, this is what it's looking like. So I also went ahead, I ironed my stitches allowance opening, and this is what the inside it also look like. The same thing with the lining. So guys, after I'm done with this part, the next thing to do now is fix the cape. So I went ahead, I interfaced the fabric. So this is what it's looking like. So I'm going to fold it into 2 now, and then one stitch the center front together. So I will stitch it on the wrong side. After I'm done stitching it, this is what it's looking like. So I'm going to turn it outside and then iron it. So after I'm done ironing it, this is what it's looking like. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to fix it on the neckline. So I'm going to place it on the neckline and make sure that you leave ½ inches to turn in the neckline on the center front. So and the cape is going to be in between the side of the front and the back. So after I'm okay with it, the excess I'm going to trim it out. I'm also going to do the same thing to the other side. So after I'm done using the pin to hold it together, I'm going to place my lining on top of it because the cape is going to be in between the fabric and the lining. So I'll start pinning it now to the neckline. So I'm going to use it to turn in the neckline and also the zipper side. So guys, after I'm done stitching the lining to the fabric, so I'm going to cut out the corners, not the center point, trim out the excess on the cape before I turn in the lining. So guys, after I'm done turning it inside, I'm going to take it to the iron table to iron it, and this is what it's looking like after I'm done ironing it. So the next thing to do now is to fix the zip. So I'm going to fold it into two. So from the neckline on the center back, I'm going to measure 70 inches. That is the length of the zip. So after that, I'm going to mark 1 inch to stitch down the remaining part together. And also fix the zip. So guys, after I'm done fix the zip, this is what it's looking like. So what remains now is to cut out the sleeve. So guys, for the sleeve, I'm going to fold the fabric into 4 like you see me doing so. So after I'm done fold it into 4, I'm going to mark the length of the sleeve, which I use 23 inches. So I'm going to add extra 4 inches to it. 1 inch is going to be for the fold in the edges of the sleeve. Another 1 inch is going to be for fold in the hem of the sleeve. So the remaining 2 inches is going to be part of the length of the sleeve. So for the width, I use 11.5 inches. So I'm going to take it down from the edge of the sleeve down to the hem of the sleeve. To cut out the sleeve cuff, I'm first of all going to mark 1 inch for the fold in the edges of the sleeve before placing my side front pattern to use it to cuff out the sleeve cuff. So guys, after I'm done to cuff out the sleeve cuff, I'm going to cut it out. So guys, we are done cutting out the sleeve, and this is what it looks like after unfolding. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to fold in the edge of the sleeve and then the hem of the sleeve and take it to the machine to stitch it down. So guys, before I fix the sleeve, I went ahead, I stitched down the cape and also make a stitch on the center of the neckline. So guys, I'm done stitched out the edges of the sleeve and also the hem of the sleeve. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to insert my elastic. So after insert the elastic, I'm going to join it together by 1.5 inches before I fix the sleeve to the dress. So guys, after I'm done inserting the elastic, I'm going to use 1.5 inches to join the side of the sleeves together. I also do the same thing to the other one, and then after I'm done with that, this is what it's looking like. So I'm going to turn it inside before fixing it to the dress. So guys, to fit the sleeve to the dress, I'm going to make sure the right side of the sleeve and right side of the dress is facing each other, and then joining on the side of the sleeve and joining on the side of the dress is also aligned together before I start pinning it together. So after I'm done pinning it, I'm going to take it to the machine to stitch it together. So guys, after I'm done fitting the sleeve to the dress, this is what it's looking like. I also went ahead, I filled in the hem of the fabric and also the lining. So guys, this is the end of today's tutorial. If you enjoyed my video and watched this tutorial and haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe down below and also ring the bell whenever I post any video you be notified. Like, comment and share. Thanks for watching my video. See you guys in my next video. Bye.